All right, tonight's notes are on percents, a review of percents. I'm going to start by just talking about estimating with percents. We'll see how long that takes, and if we get time, we'll talk about actually finding percents. Two methods of estimating with percents. Okay, you want to find the nice percentage. That's one way, and then the other way would be just kind of figuring out 10% and going from there. The nice percentages, ones that are really easy. Okay, that we can kind of look at it and say, okay, here's the fraction. 10%, 1/10, 20%, 1/5, 25%, 1/4. Okay, you get the idea. You might want to write a couple of these down. If you don't know, if you don't have these memorized, these are nice to have. Okay, so when we're using these nice percentages, if I want to find 34% of 4,000, well, I think, okay, 34%. Well, what is that? That's a nice percentage. 33% is nice. Okay, so I can say that's pretty close. So 1/3. So I'm going to find 1/3 of 4,000 instead of worrying about finding 34%. Okay, so to find 1/3 of 4,000, you could put 4,000 over 1. Some of you guys are used to that. Really what you end up doing is just 4,000 divided by 3, which is approximately 1,300. Okay, it'd be 1,333 going on forever. But you can approximate this just to 1,300. This is helpful just to give you an idea. Now, if I'm asking you to find an exact percent, okay, you got to give an exact percent. But to know that, okay, does my answer make sense? Is it close? You can use this way. Okay, so 69% of 900. Same thing. Okay, I know that 2/3 is 67%. Okay, well, let me just find 2/3 of 900 and see if I'm close. Okay, again, 200 times 900 is 1,800 divided by 3 is 600. Okay, so my answer should be approximately 600. Might not be exact, okay, but I know if I get an answer close to 600, I'm doing pretty good. Okay, another way to do 34% of 4,000. Okay, it's the method 2. I'm going to find 10% of 4,000. 10% is 400. Okay, just move the decimal. Well, if 10% is 400, 20% is 800. 30% is 1,200. I'm trying to find 34%, so let me keep going. 40% is 1,600. Well, okay, I see that 34% is in between 30% and 40%. Okay, so what's in between 1,200 and 1,600? All right, 1,400 is exactly in between, so might be a little less than that, but I know, okay, my answer should be around 1,400. Okay, last time we did it, our answer should be around 1,300, but both, okay, we know that it's somewhere in between 1,300 and 1,400. Okay, another way to explain that, I kind of already started explaining the 10% method, but what you're doing is you're finding 10%, like I said, okay, and then step 2 is figure out where 34% is. Where is it between? It's between 30 and 40. Okay, so it's close to 35, so it's so I'm going to just find what is halfway between 30% and 40%. Okay, and in this case, what's between 1,600 and 1,200, and that was 1,400. Okay, same thing, 69%. Okay, well, what's that close to? Okay, close to 70%. So I'm going to go 90, 180, 270. Okay, I'm finding all the 10%. 360, 450, 540, 630. Okay, so it's between 540 and 630, but it's really close to 630. Okay, so I could say, 69% of 900 is about 630. Okay. So just again to explain it, 10% of 900 is 90. I want to figure out, okay, well, if it's 69%, I could just say 70%, and 7 times 90 is 630. Okay, so 10% is 90. Multiply that by 7, you get 630. Okay, I've only got 30 seconds on this, so I'm not going to go into finding the exact percents. This will be the notes on estimating.